conference hall now, because usually it happens in my country and in other events. They come for the official opening and then they go because they don't have enough time. But today that didn't happen, so and I'm really happy and I really appreciate this. For my presentation, when I was asked to make a presentation here, I was thinking about the name for a long time. And I put the name as Summer Academy, Democracy at School, the Academy of Change. At the first time, I was thinking the Academy is kind of very official name. But when I became part of this program, I really realized that this is the unique moment when you see the formal education, the non-formal education, and informal education together at the same time, at the same program. So this needs to be appreciated as well. What is next? This is me, if you see the picture, I'm mature, 4 years ago, in 2010, when I was still a student of school. And I have a nice story concerning this. If you know the TEDx events, usually people come there and speak about something important. There was one guy who is very talented saying that schools kill creativity. Do you agree with this? I don't. Maybe sometimes yes, but I don't agree. And I think that this was a moment when I was taken at the Students' Council by my teacher saying that you need to become the head of Students' Council in my class. And I was really happy, and my co-classmate as well, but it was not something really special for me, because I wasn't elected. And 4 years ago, when I went to school, I became another school, the high school. I was involved in the process of being this promoter of myself, the campaigns, etc., etc. And the woman who was helping me to make it so is Maka, who is my boss now at school. And we were working together, and I want to thank her a lot for this. Now to pass on this special goal I have to present in here. This is also very important even for the education of democratic citizenship and human rights education. This is a conference on human rights and democracy in action, which was held in Strasbourg 2 years ago. Maybe some of you were part of it, and I remember Lena, but I didn't know her then. With a beautiful red dress, right? So, why it was important? Because it was the first time when I was listening at the presentation of Summer Academy at the conference. For me, it was the moment when I said, okay, in the past I was thinking this is only me and few people who cares about democracy at school. And I was not motivated enough. And then I saw some other people also care democracy at school. And I was interested in to find out more about the program. And then there was a call, and I applied. And it was the first time when I saw so many teachers at the same time. I was afraid, I was scared. But again, the emphasis on what? The emphasis on the diversity of the program. I was a student, there were some teachers, parents, and people from the organizations. So Summer Academy is once more a very diverse program which brings different stakeholders, different people who have much to share, very different things from different perspectives. Yeah, working for the same goal, democracy at schools. And I was actively involved in the theoretical part of Summer Academy. What do we have here? Another motto, which was created by me. Summer Academy, space where the adventure begins. And it was really adventure for me. Because I got to know so many people, different people from the youth sector. I've been working a lot with young people. And young people, trust me, are afraid of working with adults, with teachers, in the non-formal environment, because it's more difficult. And teachers are afraid of working with young people in the non-formal environment, because it's more difficult. And when I started to work in scopes of the Summer Academy, we planned activities together at school after the theoretical part. And there is a nice example of what happened after it. We organized a training for students at school in scope of the Summer Academic Project, which was oriented on student participation. And we have a training for students, and there is a teacher who is lovely, around 60 years old, the history teacher, coming and saying, "Can I also attend the training?" The training was for students only. And she sat down with students and started to discuss things like she was also the student. And this is also peer-to-peer approach, even though she was not a peer of the students. And the Summer Academy went, we organized the project, and we see the result. We started with discussing involvement of parents, school students, and teachers in making democracy happen at our school. But we proceed, and we ended up to connecting people, to have a connections from different countries who are having innovative ideas and who are caring for the same goal as we do. And it was really inspiring for all of the teachers at my school, because they were saying, okay, there's some international partnerships, some other people are also interested in, and they were getting engaged and getting engaged. So their motivation has been increased. And I'm sure most of you know the Council of Europe manual on what? Democratic school governance. And there is one very nice part in this manual. Lots of people are mentioning in here the importance of democracy in this conference as well. And I've been asked so many times why this democracy matters, why it is important, why it is important to live in democracy, to have a freedom, to have democratic values, why? And there is nice part, identifying the benefits of democracy at school. This is a way you wouldn't think about these outcomes without mentioning democracy, but this is real. And what I decided to do is to connect this theory of the benefits of democracy to the benefits of Summer Academy, because this is real. So this is coming from the theory to practice, and we really practice these 5 and more benefits of democracy at school. The first one mentioned in the book is that democracy at school improves discipline. And I had no idea why democracy at school would improve discipline. But from the Summer Academy, I really felt that this is also really possible. Because people get more engaged, teachers and students are more relaxed. They are just making fun and they are learning. Also about enhanced learning, the examples that the history teacher got interested in non-formal education to attend the students' training, it's also an enhancement of learning for me, and I think for you as well. The rest of 3, reduce conflict. The conflict between teachers and students and school staff are reduced when you live and study in harmony, which is called democracy. And also make school more competitive, secure the future existence of sustainable development. Very difficult sentences from the theory. But what I want to mention and make emphasis for the end is that when we did our Summer Academy project, I started to work for the Children's Youth Nation Center, which is a state youth center in Georgia. Some other people got in touch with me, and they approached me and said, okay, the structure of Summer Academy is so nice, so informal, so non-formal, and so formal at the same time, that we want to do something the same to make change. So what I want to announce here is that from 2015, the youth center, where I started to work as the programs coordinator, is going to make kind of the same structure of Summer Academy, but at national level. Because they thought it's something important to bring teachers, students, and school staff together to discuss this. In one point, this is very simple, but on another hand, it's very difficult for some people to think and to reflect. So this is a tool which is already created. And I'm sure we will start using it as much as we can, because this is something that needs to be used. Last week I was in Spain attending the meeting which is called University on Youth and Development. 300 people from 70 countries together in one space. I was working with Africans, African youth living in Europe. And I was told about a nice quote, like a proverb, which is also really useful in this setting. This is, alone you go fast, together we go far. This is really wise African proverb. So I think we'll get this opportunity and chance to network, to also get to know people from different summer academies, from Montenegro and from Poland, and to make real change in the future. And I'm really for it. Thank you.